Welcome to Joa Fitness Health Wellness Video Podcast, a space to ignite your day through positive conversations. We bring people that have created excellence in their life, sharing high vibration in their reawakening path.
Hello everybody, happy Friday, and welcome to the Joa Fitness Podcast. Thank you so much for everybody following and for all those comments about the sciatica. The last podcast is being always followed because sciatica is affecting us so much. And as you know, I am a yoga teacher and a Pilates teacher, and I'm bringing these past 2 years, this podcast for everybody that is affected with spinal issue problems. I do have so much work on this for the past 15 years. Why? Because I had scoliosis. I had scoliosis when I was 15 years old, and this affected me my half part of my life actually. And from now, my commitment is to help others that have back pain, and I'm always connected to the professionals related to the spine health. And I was so lucky that I had a meeting actually with a lot of women, like an entrepreneur woman. And it happens that I met this amazing chiropractor from Toronto, actually. And it happens that we both align in the same mission of education and help and support of people that have spinal issues. So I talked to her, and she actually was willing and open to connect together. And now she's here with us. So she's going to be sharing with us probably about 4 series about spinal health. And I want to introduce you, Dr. Wen. Is that right? Dr. Wen. So how are you, Dr. Wen? Tell me, you're here in Toronto. Good morning, first of all.
Yes, good morning, and thank you so much for having me. You know, when I first connected with Joa, her passion for health, especially posture, just drew me right in because we love to work with people that have the same passion and vision for health, and I really want to do something with her together. And her podcast is amazing way for sharing information with the community, and I'll encourage all of you to not even listen to this podcast yourself, but really to get your families and friends engaged as well, because all she have here is great information for all of you, and I'm so glad to be here.
Yes, Dr. Eugene. So let's just know who she is and how she actually became so passionate. She is a doctor that is not only a doctor that graduated with high distinctions in the University of Toronto, but also she pursued to get a little bit more education. And she went down to California and she became magna cum laude. So she really studied really hard to be the best in her class, and she got the degree of Life Chiropractic College West in the Hayward, California. And then she came back to Toronto, I believe, and now she's back bringing all her knowledge to support the spinal issues, which I love that you support this in a way that this is not a luxury, this is a necessity, and it's affecting so many of us. Dr. Wan specializes in treating conditions such as spinal posture deformities, scoliosis, like the one I have, and actually is being managed, spinal disc herniation, carpal tunnel syndrome, which is affecting so many people on the keyword, and all those big fonts now are really affecting our thumbs, and all this chronic poor posture, which is something that we will be talking today. I will give you more information very soon. Headaches, which is also affected because the neck position, and all related to the spine, from the low back to the legs, actually, with the sciatica and all these things. It's like so much that can really produce effects in our body. So she is now working in the heart of downtown Toronto, and very soon she is actually opening her new clinic in the area close to Kensington Market, which is on College and Spadina, which is a great area because I'm always there buying my goodies, and I'm sure I'm going to be visiting you very often. It's on the 340 College Street, and that's where her clinic is going to be in August. She's launching a big party, so I am excited to go there. I hope it's going to be some massages because I'm always down for massages. So that's kind of like a short intro about Dr. Eugene Wen. And today, in the topic of the day, we're going to be talking about ergonomics. So Ergonomics is a big topic. I heard about ergonomics the first time, like maybe 10 years ago, when they start coming with these keywords, the keywords with ergonomics. Like all my family, they're always experts in computers. So I was used to get the best top, IT technology. So we got really cool keyword that was just aligned to our hands. And I remember that was really nice. But there is much deeper than just a keyword, right? Like the position of our desk will influence in our body. And we're going to be talking today about the workplace and how we can actually improve the environment to facilitate our days and avoid and prevent injuries due to our work, right?
Yes.
Tell us about what ergonomics is.
Yes, and then the reason that I picked this topic, especially because I believe these days ergonomics is so important, is because no matter what kind of treatment you're getting at any doctor's office, in the end of the day, it's all about what you do in your office or what you do in your workplace that's going to contribute to your health. And we're all about proactive health currently, especially in the younger professions, because we understand how that's going to pay off in the long run and how we're able to age gracefully if we really care about our everyday day-to-day life, because it's the little things that add together that matters, right, Joanne? And you know that as well. It's every single day, what are you doing to make sure that you're healthy? And ergonomics really is just a really simple concept. It's about designing for people. It is a science as what are you doing at your workplace, or what are you doing at your home to really do two things. Number one is to increase your efficiency, and number two is to increase your productivity, right? And ergonomics is not just one thing. It changes over time. Based on technology, 50 years ago, we don't even have personal computers. There's no such thing as laptop or desktop stands. But these days, everybody is changing into, working at home, especially with the coronavirus going on. So what are you doing every single day to take into account the movement of your body and to make sure that you're actually combating with the effects of, the traditional sitting down 8 hours a day, 5 days a week? What does that do to your body? So that's super important, and that's something I really resonate with, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about today.
Yes. Yes, well said. Like I can tell you, actually, one of the main reasons I changed my whole career, because I actually have a bachelor degree in education. So I'm supposed to be sitting,
Yes.
planning, teaching to students. But most of the time I was sitting long hours, and I realized this is going to be my job. I was 20 years old. I was already graduated. And I realized if this is going to be my job, I'm going to be sitting for long hours. My back, it was extremely in pain, chronic back pain from the moment I wake up to the moment I was going to sleep. So it was like the whole day. And I realized I got to change my job, because if I'm going to be sitting for long hours, I have to, right? Like it's not like I could just change my routine. So I decided to actually change my job, which was a huge shift, but I did it on a good time. I was just only 20, and I slowly got into fitness. So I became a yoga Pilates teacher, and I realized that the more movement often I could do, the better for my spine. And that's how I actually became an educator, but in a different environment. So now I'm constantly moving. So for those people, as you said, like the importance of being designing our space for our productivity and to prevent injuries in the future. It's important to know what could we do and why it's so important to keep our environment in a healthy way for our spine health.
Yes, absolutely. And we're going to talk about this later on, but really it's the little things that add up, as I said. And if you have a really good understanding of ergonomics, it can really prevent people from a lot of workplace injuries, because nowadays workplace injuries is not just about having a hammer on your head, hitting your head. It's more about carpal tunnel syndrome or bad posture. Those are the things that we're talking about, and we really want to put an emphasis on this, so we reduce the impact of those repetitive motions and harm to your body, really.
So like to be really like tackle some questions that people maybe now having in their mind, like where the desk, in what level the desk should be. It's okay to have our feet like on the air. Like what are the top 3 ways to know that our desk is set up in a proper way?
Yes, so I'm going to go over some of the tips. Number one, really my top tip is that make sure your head position is not either extended or flexed. That's super, super important. Or I'm talking about a little bit of the research later, but that supports the base of your neck. And your neck is so important, right? It connects to your brain all the way down to your spinal cord. If you're constantly in a position where your monitor is allowing you to look up or down, it can really compromise the curvature of your spine. And over a long run, it can cause things like premature degeneration of the spine, even disc herniations or spinal stenosis. So that's my number one tip. Make sure that your head position is always neutral and you're not compromising the position of your head. So that's definitely number one.
So there, I can tell you one thing. So one thing to make sure your neck is not compromised is to make sure that the screen is in the level of your eyes. So I think that would be the first one, right? To make sure that the screen is lifted in a way that you're looking straight to the front. You're not like looking down or looking too high. So for this, what can we do? Just like stack maybe a book on top of our computer, or maybe get those stands for the computer, or what do you think should we do for that?
Now the current recommendation is that the top of your eye should be at the top of your desktop or laptop. So that's the golden rule, the top of your eye, top of your desktop or laptop. So what we can either do is buy those monitor razor from Amazon at like $20. They're super good, and you can adjust the position of your laptop because sometimes you have different computers and you don't want to just have one standard height. Those are super good, and those are portable. You can bring them to your coffee shops or to any workshops that you go to, and those are super light. They're like 5 pounds. So that's something that I would definitely recommend investing, and you can just find on Amazon. They're called laptop height adjusters.
Okay, so these ones, you can take them with you. They're easy to adjust. And so, like, one question, let's say if somebody looking down, which we constantly looking down for, let's say, 3 hours, is that enough to like pulling and creating a strain on the neck?
Yes, absolutely. Actually, current research is that anytime you're in a static position or a same position for more than 30 minutes, it can cause a change to the curvature of your spine and traction the muscles in a different way that's not supposed to be there. So 30 minutes is a gold standard.
Wow. And sometimes we are 8 hours. That's crazy. Yeah. What's number 2?
So number 2 is make sure that the weight of your arms is supported at all times, and then your wrist, especially your wrist, is always in a neutral position, and it's not either doing this or doing this.
That means flexing or
flexion or extension.
Okay.
Or either lateral flexion too. But
yeah, true.
This position is not that common. It's usually this and this. And what you can do is to make sure that your mouse is not in a position where you're constantly doing this or constantly doing that. Because what that does, it really compromises the nerve in the wrist area, and over a long period of time, a lot of people, especially my patients, complain of wrist pain. And they think it's something that's due to the muscle, but really it's you're changing the integrity of the structure within the entire wrist.
Yes, that's true, because if we are constantly bending the wrist, because a lot of people will be listening to the audio, so they won't be able to know what you're saying, but basically she's saying to keep the wrist neutral, not to extend it or flex it, or like anyhow twisted. So just keep it flat. So maybe when you sit, make sure that the handles of your chair are parallel to the table, so they are they're totally flat and they're relaxed, they're rested. You're not really using too much those flexors of your wrist. And probably if you go to the yoga classes, we do a lot of yoga stretches. So I teach yoga stretches for the wrist. I actually warm up every single class with wrist stretches. And I'm telling you, every day I still feel tightness on my wrist, even though I do that every day. So I don't even know how much pain I would have if I don't do those daily stretches. Exactly. So that's great. That's great, especially for carpal tunnel. I have so many clients with carpal tunnel. It's so painful. And some of them have to get even surgery sometimes if they don't really take care of this as soon as they feel the pressure. What is number 3?
Number 3 is to make sure that when you're sitting, you're thinking about how you look from the top, but what are your feet doing? What are your legs doing, right? So you want to make sure you're not cross-legged, especially for 7 hours, 5 days a week. That's a lot, because that can not only change the position of your legs, but what's more importantly, it alters the shape of your pelvic floor, because you imagine if you're cross-legged, like you guys talked about before, the importance of having that pelvic floor to be free and not to be stuck in one position is super important. And make sure that your feet are not actually dangling when you're seating. you want to be able to reach the bottom of a floor with your feet so they're comfortably neutral position rather than them being in the air where you're putting your feet on something. Because once that posture is changed, it changes the entire kinetic chain all the way from your pelvic to your knees to your feet and to everything else. So that's a super, super important tip as well.
Yes, and actually, as Dr. Wan says, make sure if you set up the top and it's really nice, but now your feet are hanging, then maybe you can use a razor for the feet. So maybe you can use either a stack of books, or you can get those razors for feet. Actually, they actually sell them if you're so fancy in your desk, but you also can just lift them with some books or something that can just support them. But we actually just talk about sitting position. This topic, it could be little longer because we could talk about what do we do when you actually have to work standing. Some jobs you actually have to be standing the whole time, and that also creates imbalance. Or what do you do when you have to be walking, or like lifting objects for those people that have those type of jobs. So yes. I think for sitting position, we have talked about like the top three tips for improving our position when we're sitting. And the last one, I think I could just remind you to constantly get up at least once every hour and take a little walk or take a little stretch. That also will help you to stimulate circulation, right?
Yes, and then people thinking sitting is so bad. Actually, if you stand for an hour, that's bad for you too, because as I said, you're in a static position for so long. So I would even encourage you guys every 30 minutes, come up and walk, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, something little to make sure that you're hydrating your spine and to make sure that you're not in the same position over and over again, because that can really damage your spine. And I see a lot of patients coming in, they're in their early 20s and they see their x-ray. They're like, oh my God, why is my x-ray so bad? Things really build up. Right now, degeneration of the spine is not just for old people. It's really, really common in young people as well.
Well, don't tell me it's about for old people, because I got it when I was 15, I can tell you.
Exactly.
And I feel better now, but I know like my back is very delicate, so I struggle because in winter, I live in Toronto like you do, and there are so many great sports, like winter sports, and I always have to reject them. Just have that cautious, like if I fall in the snow, I may create like a very, very bad injury. So I avoid like winter sports for the reason of my, like delicate spine. But yeah, this could affect so many people. I've been working with posture clients for the past 10 years, and I do have actually teenagers and even kids, very young kids, they're already having experience of pain on the spine. So this is not something that is only for all the older we get, as we age, we definitely will start showing more, but even the young people too. That's why this is so important for you and me to be connected, because there is so much you need of this out there. It's not a luxury, it's something that we need to be aware. And as parents, we can also teach our kids to be taking care of their spine since young age, especially for those kids carrying those heavy backpacks, right?
A lot of them. And
yeah.
10 years old are coming in with back pain, which is not acceptable at all, right? They should be able to have not any pain and do anything they want in life.
Yeah, for sure. Like back pain, neck pain is so much, it affects our mood and everything. But it was such a nice talk. I know your day is a long day. It's Friday morning. We just plan to talk a little bit and give you a little bit of our job and our mission in life. And we're very excited to get to share more information. If you have any comments, please write us to our pages or in this podcast. We are always going to be there for you, and we love to have personal contact with you. So every comment, I will be responding myself and creating that interaction with you, because I love to hear your stories. It always surprises me what's happening with people out there. And if you want to follow Dr. Wan and her husband, actually, they both work together in their clinic. Let's follow their Facebook. It's Chiropath. So Chiropath is their Facebook. Let's give them a like and follow them. I'm sure you guys can also contact them if you have any concern about what's happening, getting a proper diagnosis and a proper treatment. And we also encourage you to suggest us like topics that you would like to hear. I have talked about almost every spinal issues problem, but there is always so much happening anyways. So I encourage you also to check all the work that I have done with the posture program. Is a program of 16 weeks where you can actually strengthen the spine and become more aware of the power of breathing properly and moving with more a core strength, basically.
Yeah.
So the program, actually, Dr. Wan is going to be doing it because she wanted to just try and see what is the program about, which I love. And for those people that have done it, I'm very excited to also bring their testimonials. So thank you so much for all the support. If you have any questions, again, just contact us. And remember, by the way, Dr. Wen, let's just one thing. What's the first takeaway of today? I almost forgot that. One takeaway of our chat.
Oh my goodness, there's so much. I mean, if there's since number one, make sure that your monitor height is the top of your monitor to the top of your eye. That's the biggest takeaway.
Yeah, that's totally good. So let's make sure the monitor is in the top of your eyes and you're not lengthening or shortening your neck muscles. Save that neck pain. Save it. Yeah, that's a good one. So, well, thank you, Dr. Wan. Do you have anything else to add to the ergonomics on seated position?
I mean, if you can't do those three things, you're golden, right? A lot of people can't even do one of them. So just take the takeaway and do that. That's going to change your entire life, and I promise you that. And as Joa said, her program is awesome. We're going to try it personally because we love recommending things that we personally love. So if you're interested in getting better posture and improved optimal function, definitely follow her program. And, you know, we're also located in the heart of downtown Toronto. You can always come in. We're always welcoming you to see how we can help you with your health. We're located at 340 College Street, and definitely follow us on Facebook and Instagram at
Chiropath. Yeah, I'm going to add all these links. And yeah, super excited that we're going to be having other talks very soon. So thank you so much for following us. And remember that together we are stronger.
Bye, guys.
We invite you to subscribe to this channel and share with your community. Please leave comments below, and if you like the episode, click the like button. Have a beautiful day.